Nicole, and today I'm going to be doing the Totally Shoot of book tag. This was created by Emma Books. I'm going to be putting her channel down below. And I really do like this tag because I love book tags because I suck at everything else book-to-ish. But okay, let's just get to the tag. So the first tag question, the Totally Should Have Gotten a Sequel. For this, I have a mess of books out here that I'm going to use. For this one, I'm going to go with Maybe For You by Jojo Moyes. The reason why I'm going with this one is because after I finished reading it like a year or 2 years ago, I was devastated that there was not going to be a second book. She said she was not going to write a second book or something like that. I just knew there was not a second book and there was not going to be. And then about a month ago, a little less than a month ago, I entered Goodreads. I'm like, oh yeah, let me go through my reads. And then I click on Maybe For You, and there's a sequel. So I know there's a sequel, and it doesn't really fit this question, but I couldn't find any other book. So the next question is Totally Should Have Gone a spin-off series. I'm gonna go with the Harry Potter series. I think everybody would love a spin-off of the Harry Potter series because there's so many great stories within the book that we didn't really get to explore because we were focused on Harry's story. Definitely the one that I would love the most to read would be James and Lily's story. They sound like cutie pass, and I would love to read about Snape, and I would love to read about Lupin because it's Lupin, and I would love to read about Sirius. Yes. The question is an author that totally should write more books. For this, I'm going with Marissa Meyer, the author of the Lunar Chronicles. Why? Because I'm currently reading Winter by her, and I love it so much. And I know I'm already finishing that series, so I just want her to just write more, even if it's not about the Lunar Chronicles. I love her writing style. It's just simple, to the point, but at the same time, it's really in depth, and it's just easy to understand what's going on in the book, even though when you explain it to someone, it sounds like a lot of mumbo jumbo. But she makes it look so easy to write. For this next one is a character that totally should have ended up with someone else. I'm shamefully going with To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. Here's the thing. I was a Peter supporter from day one. We met him on this book. Book 2, P.S. I Still Love You. I realized he was obsessed with his ex-girlfriend. He just couldn't let go of her. Peter hung out with Genevieve a lot. And it just felt sort of forced, their relationship in the second book. And I didn't like it anymore. And then we had this perfect, beautiful guy named John. Was it John? John. And he was a sweetheart to Lara Jean, while Peter was being an a-hole. And she still loved Peter. No. John was like a Prince Charming. He was nice. He was kind. That amazing scene they had when he picked her up and she was in the car and it was like a movie, and I loved it. But yeah, I just would have wished she would have ended up with John, which is really hard for me to say because I love Peter. And the entire second book and parts of the first one were so frustrating because I was just like, Peter, let go of that Genevieve. She don't love you like Lara do, so get over her. And he wouldn't do it. For 2 books, he wouldn't get over Genevieve. Next question, which is totally should have ended up differently. I have 2 options actually. I have Love Rosie, which I'm gonna put over here. And so this is gonna contain spoilers, and I'm gonna put a little symbol here. When that symbol is gone over here, you can unmute me. But this is gonna be Love Rosie spoilers. The reason why I think it should have ended up differently is that I loved that they ended up together. I did. I loved it. But the way they re-encountered wasn't just the cutest thing, you know? And throughout the whole book, I was frustrated again because they just wouldn't communicate. And the time was always so wrong. When the time was finally right, I was expecting like some big declaration, some big... Throughout the whole book, we just see them being in love with each other, but we never get to see them together, like having moments as girlfriend and boyfriend. And I get it, they were like 50 years old, but I still would have liked some interaction between them after they got together. On Retribution of Mara Dyer's case, here's the thing. I was obsessed, like I'm telling you, obsessed with the first book and then the second book, but especially the first book. Everybody who knows me knows I probably try to force them to read Mara Dyer. So, I loved the first book. The second book was not as equally amazing, but it was still really, really great. And then we get this Bad Boy, which was a good book, but then the ending left me a little confused because I didn't really understand what was going on. It was sort of left to the reader's imagination, and sometimes I don't like it when books do that, because I've been following this series for so long. I deserve more than an inconclusive ending, okay? I deserve to know what happens, like specifically happens. That is what I deserve to know. It totally should have a movie franchise. For this, I'm going with The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken. The reason why I'm going with this book is because I think it would make a great movie. It has sort of a Hunger Games, but Divergent, but the Fifth Wave situation. It's a lot of things, but really, really great things. And just right now, there are a lot of movies being made that are similar to this book, so I do think it's possible to get The Darkest Minds as a movie franchise, and it just gets better and better. The second book is amazing. This is the best book, obviously, but the second book is amazing, and the third book is strangely really, really great. I loved the ending, and if done right, I think this could be a really, really movie franchise. Another contender for a movie franchise, not exactly a movie franchise. You know, like John Green, he has like The Fault in Our Stars, Looking for Alaska, and all that. I think Stephanie Perkins could totally, because her books are amazing. There are literally so many books I would put up for this. It totally should have a TV show. For this one, I went with The Remnant Chronicles by Mary E. Pearson. The reason why I think this would make such a great book, it's because it's sort of in medieval times, kind of, and it's about a princess. I'm not gonna tell you what it's about, but it has really, it has many common themes in pop culture right now. And I also saw the Shannara Chronicles the other day, and it's sort of similar to this book. And yeah, I mean, if it's done right, like the Shannara Chronicles, which looks amazing, but I haven't read the books. This would have sort of like a Shannara Chronicles / Game of Thrones / Reign kind of thing. The next one is a book that totally should not have two POVs. For this one, I don't have any books. Sorry to disappoint. I mean, Allegiant could have done without the two POVs, but I don't really mind them. Neither is a book series that should totally have a cover change. For this, I went with the Bloodline series, which I haven't read, but damn, those are some bad covers for books that people love, or books that people say are great. The ninth is a book series that totally should have kept their original covers. I also don't have one for this one, but if I had to say one, it would be the City of Bones in Mortal Instruments series covers. Then again, I don't really mind them. I like the new ones, but I just don't think that change was absolutely necessary. The last question is a book that totally should have stopped at book 1. Go with Divergent by Veronica Roth. The first book was amazing. I was like, damn, this thing is going places. What's gonna happen? I'm gonna love it. But I think this first book was the only great book in this series. I'm sorry, you guys. I read Insurgent. And Insurgent was fine, but it took me like a whole month to read it because it was just going so slow. And it was just so uninteresting to me. So I just took a lot of breaks from reading it. And then Allegiant came out. That was it for the Totally Should've book tag. Let me know what you think of my book choices down in the comments, and even if you want to comment on one of the questions and just answer it yourself. I would love that. Thumbs up, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye!